because they're never like normal or safe.
Yeah. You should do a collection of one-liners that are really good, but that you over-explain.
Yeah.
Like, because clowns are creepy, and people
Right.
objectively hate clowns.
Well, my big thing, like what Tony was saying, I should just like make like. So I have a very strong rant on dog moms.
I love dog moms.
Well, see, the problem is like I was bitter about them before my mom died, and then like now like post like Mother's Day, I saw a bunch of posts and I got super upset about it. Obviously,
Was she killed by a dog?
no, she died in January, but like
Oh, like people.
yeah, like like you count too, like no, you fucking don't.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
fucking dog.
Or people like, and
Yeah.
Happy Mother's to those. Happy Mother's Day to those who can't have children.
Yeah.
Well, adopt or something.
Yeah.
Because you're still not a mom.
Well, yeah, so fucking Tony's like, you should just be like, they should be like, yeah, like you might be a redneck. It's like it's not the fucking same. Like all like the differences.
You might be a dog mom if you're delusional and your
Right.
children are really hairy and have trouble talking. I guess by definition that makes my mom a dog mom.
Yeah.
But-
Well, I mean, it's like also this like overall this it's kind of I find like super offensive to actual moms out there usually.
Oh, absolutely.
Because like moms are just like it's such a thankless job all the time.
Yeah.
Like, to actually raise a child for upwards of 20-ish years.
Yeah. I mean, having a dog is thankless as well.
Yeah, but like a dog is such a different aspect. Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
overall just like like if you can just put your dog in a kennel, that's not the same.
No, not at all.
Like I want to go out, but it was like lock up the fucking baby. That's not.
No. Yeah.
You go to jail. Like if you slightly mistreat your dog, like people like thinking like, oh, she's kind of a shitty person because like they're not that great to the dog. If you are shitty to a kid, like you go to jail.
Especially, yeah. Especially if you're crappy to the kid in the same way that you would be to a dog.
Right?
Like,
Like a slight amount of like corporal punishment is acceptable with a dog. Like the newspaper, like, hey, don't do that.
yeah,
Like,
grabbing it by the scruff of its neck.
Yeah, don't do that to a kid.
No, that's choking.
Like what is that? Like what are we in Walmart? Come on now.
So I'm recording. I don't know if you know that.
I didn't, but I just kind of assumed you were.
Yeah, I was just going to test the samples, but I think that's a pretty good intro.
Yeah, supernatural.
But now that we're a little bit into it, I'm going to let everybody know who they're listening to.
Right on.
So, hey, everybody. I've got a special guest on today. I'm not doing my awesome characters like I try to do every now and then. But today I have a long-awaited guest. I've talked about having you on the podcast. We've talked about it repeatedly.
Nonstop almost. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's happening, and I think we're gonna record a couple episodes tonight, and that's a blast. I've never done that before.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited.
So welcome to the Deviled Advocate, Charles Chuck Struck.
Yeah.
You want to tell us a little bit about yourself that I already haven't covered? Because I didn't say anything.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Name's Chuck Struck. Big old fan of the pod. Overall, one of the first time listener, first time host. I don't know.
Yeah.
Go with that. Let's make that up.
Long time listener,
Yeah.
first time on the air.
Yeah, there we go.
I need to get a sign that says on the air, so
Oh, that's so official.
I'll get it outside the porch so people know.
Yeah,
But-
man. But yeah, it's I'm 27 now. Huge comedy fan in general. Huge podcast fan in general.
Hopefully everybody listening to this is as well.
Yeah.
Because if they're not, I don't know what they're doing with this thing.
They're just
but
really supportive of your dreams. Sam.
yeah. So thanks, Dad. I know you hate it, but please
Hey.
keep clicking play on SoundCloud separately from Mom.
At least your mom likes it.
Yeah, at least somebody
She's a
out there
huge
likes
fan.
it. Maybe the only fan bigger than you. She loves it, and I love that because it's
Does she send you notes like I do?
no. Everything I do is perfect.
I love it.
Yeah.
Can
Well,
do no wrong.
on the first time I had guests on when I had the No Idea Production Collective on, one of the guys was not talking into the mic, but I didn't have my headphones figured out yet.
Sure.
Which, by the way, those are active if you want to hear yourself talk.
Oh my god, that's like the
Yeah.
thing I don't want to do, but
It's a very weird thing to get used to, but when you do it to yourself weekly,
I'm lassoing my White Claw.
yeah. And so her big note on that was like, hey, if you have guests on, maybe make sure that people can hear them talk.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So they're not turning the volume down when I talk and then up when they talk. But yeah, it's, I've never had a number one fan before other
Sure.
than my mom, I guess, in
Right on.
everything I've done. So
Yeah.
it carries over and it feels good. But I don't know. You fancy yourself a filmmaker?
Yeah.
What do you say first and foremost?
Yeah, I would say the big one that I like to do is like short form narratives. I'm not big on like features, at least on the indie level.
Sure.
I find that if you spend the money you would spend on like a indie feature on a short film, you get a lot better product, a lot closer to like a blockbuster level quality.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, like, independent features are my favorite films to watch. Mm-hmm. Specifically comedies, romantic or otherwise.
Yeah.
But I have no interest in writing those scripts. I have no
Sure.
interest in trying to make those.
Yeah.
As a young filmmaker.
Right.
I just want to make short stuff that looks good and
Yeah.
makes people laugh. Hopefully.
Yeah. Have you ever seen like a super low budget like $5,000 like rom com?
No.
No, it's always dramas. Isn't that super weird?
Yeah.
It's like it wouldn't be like Clerks is actually a super rare breed. Like the more you think about it, like a
absolutely.
super low budget comedy, like a dialogue based comedy, it's not very common by any means.
Which it should be the most common because
Right?
it's the easiest thing to film.
You think so?
2 locations, 6 people just talking.
Right, but it's apparently easier for like people to have them like crying about their feelings.
Yeah. Well, like when I went to LA for that comedy writing workshop,
Yeah.
in the meeting that we had to pitch to get the budget, they're like, "Why is learning to write comedy important?" And it's easy to make someone to go back to dogs, I guess, and people dying, or rather, dogs dying.
Sure.
It's easy to make people cry when a dog dies.
Yeah.
It's easy to. There are truths in the world that are sad.
Yeah.
And everybody agrees on those.
Mm-hmm.
But not everybody agrees the same thing is funny.
Yeah.
And so, like, I mean, and when I was in Mexico, everybody kept telling me. Anyway, I told them it wasn't easy to make someone laugh at a dog dying.
Mm-hmm.
It's happened.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, Anchorman, easy.
Absolutely.
Like, just off the top of my head.
When Jack Black punts
Yeah.
the dog, and the
Punts
mean man punted Baxter.
Like the very obvious fake dog.
Oh, it's so funny. But I think they're like, should we do realistic or should we do super fake?
Yeah.
And it was probably a creative choice to make it look super fake because that would distance people from the reality that people do kick dogs.
Right.
And children.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, also, I don't think they wanted to spend the money like a CG dog.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Have you seen the outtakes where he can't quite punt it off, so he like punts it and then like volleyball like serves it off the bridge?
No, but I would love that.
It's super funny. Like I think it was like 15 or 20 takes it took Jack Black to kick that thing off, and like he does have mad kicking skills, but I'm sure he got tired.
I've seen the guy kick.
Yeah,
they do a montage of him kicking, I think, in Tenacious D.
I believe it. Yeah, it's like crazy. He is like, his hips are out of control for being a big guy.
Unbelievable. I think he studied dance at Juilliard, though.
Has to be. Like, I don't know if it's true or not, but like I believe it.
He graduated from Juilliard.
Yeah.
But I think with like theatrics,
right?
Theater or whatever.
It's like I love thinking about like those actors and stuff like going to like school like that. Like who is it? What is his name? The guy who plays Kylo Ren in Star Wars.
I wouldn't know. Oh, Adam Driver?
Yeah.
I hate that I know who that actor is.
Yeah.
But for the reason that 900 other people like.
Because of girls?
Yeah, girls. And then he was in this really cool movie about a bus driver called, I want to say, no, it's not Wilson. It's just the guy's name, and he just drives a bus all day.
Oh, okay.
It's beautiful.
No, because like he like when he finished the Marine Corps, he went to fucking like NYU film school or acting school. So someone that's like super like intense, like fresh off of like a tour of like Afghanistan.
Oh yeah,
who's like just like us like verbally assaulting these art students.
Yeah, being surrounded by like a bunch of. I mean, when he was in school, people maybe weren't as touchy-feely.
I mean, actors still were.
Yeah,
that hasn't changed. I don't think.
No, they've always definitely been touchy-feely and very. But yeah, probably we're on the front end of the social justice.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The uprising, if you will.
Yeah.
Oh, I got blocked on Twitter by what's his name? That dude from Ginormous Eats on Food Network.
I've never seen it. But
I don't either. Like, I didn't realize I was blocked by him until the other day. I've done nothing to this man, but
I don't even know who he is.
So he like got fired from his Food Network job because he went on a rant about Twitter saying how like straight white males this generation's N-word.
Oh.
And he's like a ginger fat white guy.
Yeah.
And so like it's a fucking tall order. I wouldn't be saying those words, my dude. And then like I like go like I can't view any of his tweets. It's like you've been blocked. I'm like, what the fuck did I do to you?
That is so over the top. Like He just probably blocked anybody who didn't automatically agree with him.
Well, I didn't even reply to him like when like the dust had settled on this scandal.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I like why can't I see what this dude's saying? And like it's all just fucking I'm blocked.
That's super bizarre.
Really, the only person I ever tried to get blocked from on Twitter was probably Donald Trump. I tried for like a good 6 months.
I didn't try to get blocked by Mark Cuban, but he's the only celebrity I've reached out to over and over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And I'm blocked by him now.
Are you
Apparently
really?
He got tired of me saying tough loss when the
Mavericks lose?
Yeah, and then I would pitch him a really bad idea.
Oh my god.
And, I didn't even watch basketball, but I would follow the Mavericks.
Right. It's like just for Mark Cuban. Like, oh, next time on Shark Tank, the Mavericks lose again.
Right. Well, part of why I was hitting up Mark Cuban for money was his role in Shark Tank.
Sure.
Which I hate.
I love Shark Tank.
A lot of people do.
I spent hours watching that. That and American Pickers, man.
I cannot sit down to watching like a reality TV show.
Sure.
Like Pawn Stars or
Yeah.
I don't know, Dangerous Catch or whatever.
Yeah.
Deadliest Catch. I had roommates and friends and I've always loved TV that continue to I don't know, flood their brains with what I think is garbage.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I guess if you're getting entertainment from it, it's good. If it's making you laugh, like if you're laughing at how bad the idea is on Shark Tank or whatever, that's good. It's a little malicious, but
well, I'm always thrown off by like how much like how I'm always curious by how fake or set up the things are. I guess because like so my family's actually part of a recent documentary TV show for my uncle who was murdered a few years back. It's like a investigation discovery show, like a true crime show.
yeah.
About,
Are the Duplass brothers doing it?
I don't think so. It's made by some like production company from Vancouver.
Okay.
They haven't done a whole lot, but they picked up like 7 episodes, and like so we're like number 3. And I didn't take part of it. It's like scheduling and whatnot, but my dad was part of it, and he's like just like how many times they'd like make him like walk up and down the stairs of like the U.S. Bank Stadium.
Yeah.
Because they had we bought a brick for in honor of my uncle.
Cool.
Like for that when that happened.
Yeah.
And so like they're like, oh, like they found the brick when they showed up. It's like, okay, well, they have to like find the brick. And it's like, what the fuck is this? And then like the idea of, like having a camera like right in front of your face as you're like trying to say like one thing like, oh hey, what's up? It's like
Yeah. That would be terrible.
yeah, and so it's just like I always wonder how fake it all really is. Like how authentic is it?
Yeah.
Like how much do they play it up for the camera? Because
Right.
like it's always
And even like what the filmmakers do make, like how they twisted in the editing room after the fact.
right.
What's left out of context, what's taken out of context.
Right, or like the 45 like seconds of like reaction shots. Like I have this idea.
Oh man.
And
That's
it's like,
my least favorite part about Shark Tank.
right.
It's
Or
just like
they say one person says I'm out, and they just like hold on the presenter for like 45 seconds.
do something. Do something. Cry.
Okay.
Can we go to the next person now?
Right. I mean, I feel like sometimes they're just like, "Hey, I'm Mark." He's like, "Fuck you, I'm out." You're like,
Okay.
Anyway, sorry, bald guy.
Yeah.
I don't even know his name. But
Is that Mr. Wonderful?
I'm not sure. I know he's also on the Canadian version Dragon's Den.
Is that a real thing?
That's a real thing. I found out because of H3H3. They had,
Oh, sure.
one guy they were talking about it with like one guy was trying to pitch this straight up just multi-level marketing scheme, just a fucking Ponzi scheme.
Yeah.
And they're like, "What are you trying to say?" "I'm trying to sell your futures here." And they're like, "He's like, and he will not back down."
Yeah.
But it's called the Dragon's Den.
That's I mean, Shark Tank is a cool visual.
Yeah. Well, even like the Dragon's Den, like it's a super like very rustic. It's like inside of a castle. It's filmed. It looks like so. It's like all super medieval and kind of fucked up.
Oh man! Instead of having like really comfy chairs, they've got these big like ones made out of swords.
Yeah, there's like on Iron Maidens. Yeah.
Yeah.
They just like flayed out.
But yeah, I don't remember why we were talking about Shark Tank, reality TV, but
I love it. That's all I know.
I don't know.
It's so good.
We're drinking. This episode is not sponsored by,
It's brought to you by.
but it's brought to you by White Claw Hard Seltzer. Black. You got a black cherry right now.
Black cherry, yeah. I love black cherry. Black cherry for life,
Yeah.
dude.
I think during the episode we'll probably polish off a couple of these and then do some reviews at the end.
Yeah, man.
That'd be kind of cool.
I love it.
Maybe I should have said this before we started recording, but
No, it's a commercial break. It's
Yeah.
okay. People take time to pee or like leave their car to deliver a pizza real quick.
yeah.
See? You're helping America.
Man, I love delivering pizzas. It's a fun job.
Yeah.
But it makes like listening to podcasts super hard.
Yeah.
Because it's pull up to the store, stop listening, leave the store, start, stop at the house, stop. You know, a lot of starts, a lot of stops, and you lose a lot of the comedy, I think, in that.
Sure.
And I like to get everything out of the podcasts I listen to.
Right? I kind of wish I would see more like Jimmy John's bike delivery drivers with their Bluetooth speakers listening to podcasts.
Yeah,
Or like maybe like NPR. It's always like just like some indie music or a dubstep or something like that. And you're like, okay, I get like why you don't have headphones. It's a safety thing, but like I want to hear some like variants here.
Yeah.
It's like the same 5 albums from the same 50 delivery drivers.
No, I my roommate who's sitting on the opposite side of this wall watching us right now, was a bike driver. A bike delivery boy for Jimmy John's for a while. And he had his speaker, he blasted his dubstep, and he doesn't even like dubstep. But that's what Jimmy John's had on they're like, you can use these playlists.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense, I guess, but it's just like, I think it'd be great to see like all things considered.
Oh, yeah. Like you're at a stoplight and you're like pulling up to this Jimmy John's biker and you're like, get off the road. Like,
can California actually secede? Let's find out on All Things Considered after these sponsors.
Is that Ira Glass?
I think so.
Hey, Ira Glass, if you're listening to this, let me know how you talk so calm. Just shout me out. Let me know. I don't listen to his show. Why would he listen to mine?
I couldn't tell you.
No, and I wouldn't either. What do you do for work?
I work for an automotive dealer here in Minnesota. I work for the reconditioning center. So basically, I manage the import and fix like the repair of used cars.
Okay.
So like a lot of dealerships in the area, I like Brooklyn Park, like on that mall up there, like all the dealerships up there, we get all their used cars and then we inspect them and fix them so they can sell.
Yeah. And you're at a desk.
Yeah.
And you can listen to hours of podcasts a day.
Yeah. I work about 50 hours a week and it's pretty much podcast nonstop.
Yeah. 50 hours of work, 50 hours of pods.
Yeah. Like I was telling you, I was able to crush through last podcast on the left in like, I think 2 months, like all 300 episodes.
Yeah. And that's remarkable because I've been on that show for like a year longer than you have. And I still I listen to every new episode. But
I realized I missed a few, but like it's like all stuff I'm like I don't care about. It's like all like the super mythical ones, like the Jersey Devil. I'm like, I don't even know that.
I skip a lot of the alien ones.
Sure.
I'll go back and listen to Charles Manson again, probably for like the third time because it's so funny.
It's a really good one.
Yeah. And that was like the first episode of theirs that I was like, okay, I get it. I'm into this.
I think my favorite Henry episode is probably the Pee Wee Gaskins.
Oh man,
because Henry just got to like go off like, hey, that's the final truth.
Yeah, and that's
and then they like play like an actual audio like in the last episode, like 8 hours in, and like, they hear it, and like Henry's like, I was not far off from that guess of an impression.
Yeah. I love when you hear the voices he's doing because I mean they all come from somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so funny. He's probably one of my favorite. Like, I shouldn't say up and coming comics or whatever, but if he's in something, I'm gonna watch it, or I'm gonna listen to it, or I'm gonna, illegally stream it online.
Does he do stand up? Do you know?
No, he was in a. So we're talking about Henry Zabrowski right now, a third of the last podcast on the Left Network.
Yeah.
So he was an improviser in a group. I think his sketch group was called Murder Fist.
Okay.
And it was like pretty over the top, brutal improv. And
I think I saw one sketch from him. He's like, I have these giant hands, and he's like these giant prosthetic hands.
Okay, so I think he did a little bit of stand up because that was definitely a stand up set.
Yeah.
He just has giant hands. It's very funny.
It was pretty great. I liked it.
Yeah. But also in shows like Heroes Reborn, which got canceled, and
I loved Heroes so much when it first came out.
Dude,
I was obsessed with it.
Save the cheerleader, save the world.
It was so good.
I liked the first 3 seasons.
Yeah, I'd say I stopped watching after the third. Well, because the writer's strike just they had to cut half the episodes was off. And we saved it. Like the world's done.
Yeah. And then they get writers back and they're like, okay, we're gonna make it something entirely different with the whole circus and stuff. But
it's always crazy when stuff like that happens. Like what was it? Arrow, I think that show, like Green Arrow. Like they're like the second season they introduced their version of Suicide Squad.
Okay.
And that's when DC announced the movie. And so they had 3 seasons planned out, like up to season 5, but then they had re-scrap everything because you can't use them anymore because they're gonna be in a movie. So like these like the show Bible that they had created with the show was like had to be redone halfway through.
Oh man.
And so it has some of the weakest seasons I've seen in my entire life.
Yeah.
TV show.
Is that one still on air?
Yeah, I think they're filming season 6 right now.
Jeez. And you know this about me. I think everybody does listening. I don't care much for superhero content.
Yeah.
So like heroes, somehow, I think it was the fact that Jess from Gilmore Girls was in it and kind of like the main character, other than Hayden Panettiere.
Oh yeah, Mila
Just
Ventimiglia.
Yeah. You know, Luke's nephew.
Yeah.
The fish out of water.
I mean, Jess was the best for sure.
Right.
Such a good character. Better than Dean. Dean sucks.
Dean's the worst, and the other guy like Logan, I think.
Fuck Logan too.
Right.
All right.
Oh, the Yale guy.
Right. So my girlfriend got me on Gilmore Girls, but man, I don't think I've watched it all the way through at all. I just like watch whatever she's watching. And I've kind of picked up what happens. I'm like, this is trash.
Dude, the show?
No, that's like Rory's Choice in
Oh, I mean, Gilmore Girls would be way better if it was called Gilmore Girl and it was about Lorelai. And then
I
don't know.
love Lorelai so much.
She's the
so
best.
Great.
Yeah.
I don't like how I feel like she gives her mom bad breaks, but beyond that, I think she's great.
Yeah. Lauren Graham.
Yeah.
Is a great TV actress.
Love her. I think she's great.
Probably not a bad movie address either, but we'll be fine. Little technical difficulties.
Why Cloud?
Yeah, she just had she plays a great mom, but like she's never like playing a good mom.
Yeah.
You know, so
Sure.
like Parenthood, she's single and
yeah. I started watching Parenthood because I love Mae Whitman, and obviously
she's
I
great.
love Lauren Conrad, and I love Judd Nelson. Right, that's his name.
yeah.
Like all these great
Did
characters.
you say Lauren Conrad?
Oh, that's not. It's
And
not
on
like-
this week's episode of the O's, nope,
No.
not the right show either.
I don't even know what she was on. Was she The Hills?
The Hills or Laguna Beach,
One of the two.
which we're on at the same time, I think, as the OC.
I fucking love the OC.
I do too. I'm watching the OC right now.
What part are you at?
I'm finishing season 1. Teresa just came to town.
Dude, the first season is so strong. It's so long too. It was like 27
I think
episodes. or something like that.
24 or 26. Yeah.
So long for like a primetime drama.
Yeah. Oh, it's and in that from 03, I think that was on air 03 to 08, 03 to 07, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
First of all, takes place in the same town as Arrested Development,
Yeah.
which makes me so mad they don't have like,
I like
a
the same time
crossover.
too,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. It would have been so funny if
Just see Tobias Funke is like walking around like all blue in the background on like the fucking like boardwalk or some shit.
right, and George Michael like
Yeah.
competes for Summer's love as most nerdy awkward dude.
Do they make mansions in Nebraska? Is that in Newport?
Yeah.
Such a very different like the way to display those shows.
Absolutely.
So crazy. Because I know real Newport's actually more like ooh. That's more like actually like the OC. If I
Yeah.
properly.
I'd imagine so as well. I've never been up to that part of the world,
I haven't been that far west yet.
but Gilmore Girls is great.
So good.
So when I was coming home from school, ABC Family I think had the reruns of it. Like
Sure.
So every day after middle school, probably I would sit with my sister and we would watch whatever like
Right.
Gilmore Girls.
So good.
Wednesdays it would be 8 Simple Rules for Dating My Teenage Daughter because we
That
got out
was
of
so
school
good
earlier.
too. That's with John Ritter, right?
Yep.
Dude,
Yeah.
I love that show too. Like until he died, like oh man, that
One
was,
of the
like that was like one of the few celebrity deaths I think my mom like actually cried over.
not a lot of television deaths that
Yeah.
like shake you like that.
Yeah.
Like
Well, that was so sudden too. Was like kind of the crazy part.
oh yeah.
Like he was like working that day, and he's like, I don't feel so good, and then like dead like 2 hours later.
Yeah, I can't imagine what writing him out was like
No,
because it wasn't like a mid,
yeah, they took like
between-
a 3-week break or something like that, and like had him like die off like off screen, obviously.
Yeah. Died in like a car accident or something.
Yeah, or like a suicide or something like that. I was thinking like, what's the worst way to write someone off? Like she blew her fucking brains out.
Right? It's like, all right. But when Marissa gets written off of, it comes 2 seasons late.
I was so happy when it happened.
It's such a powerful scene, and it makes me feel so not bad.
Yeah,
It should make me feel bad for how hard I laugh when they
Yeah.
start playing.
what is that? It's
Running Up That Hill
is it?
by.
I thought
what-
they played Hallelujah.
No.
That's a different episode.
What's What's the term for when they give you medicine, but it's fake medicine?
Placebo.
Placebo's the band, and it's
Okay. Yeah.
I'll drop the song at the end of the episode. It's a beautiful song about
Yeah.
wanting to change what happened, but the worst character in the show died, and it was awesome.
She was just like, I mean, she was the catalyst for so much of the plot, which is annoying. But also, like, she was just so stupid and like would not learn from her mistakes. It was the part that bugged me the most.
Not at all, and that's a bad character.
And like every time, it was like I was like he's just my friend. He's just being nice to me. And then like 5 was like, it's because I'm in love with you, Marissa.
Yeah.
Like, oh, who saw that one coming? Everyone but you.
Yeah. And yeah, oh man, that guy, such a freak.
Which one, Johnny or Oliver?
Oliver. Yeah.
Johnny I like Johnny as a character. He's more interesting.
I don't remember Johnny from my first watch.
The surfer when he broke his leg.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Starts hanging out with Minnie Cooper.
Yeah.
Willow Holland. First played by Shailene Woodley.
Really?
Yeah, for season 1. Shailene Woodley played a very young Tiny Cooper.
No way. I
Yeah.
may have noticed that my first time through, but
She's only like 2 episodes.
yeah,
Like, and she just like hates Ryan to begin with.
I believe
Like
it.
everyone else. I mean, he's an outsider. The tough boy with the armband and wife beaters at 15.
And he's wearing it's like a really tight necklace.
It's a tight, it's almost
like a
choker, like leather, like hippie choker from Chino.
Yeah, but it's not like, it's not patterned or anything. It's just a solid black piece of cloth or something around his. It looks so dumb.
Yeah, like when you look, oh man, like season 4 is my favorite of the OC for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Which is funny because like it really feels like a show should have ended after like at the end of season 3 there.
Oh yeah, it definitely.
It felt like an ending, like the graduation, and I mean, spoiler alert, by the way, for the OC. I think 10 years is the limit, right? So like we're fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was like 14 years ago when it ended. I think 2007.
Yeah,
Or 10, so 11 years ago.
We're
So,
past 10 for sure.
So spoiler for season 3, but yeah, when Marissa died in the graduate high school, I feel like it felt like a very good way to wrap it up, almost like kind of like Scrubs.
Yeah.
Back in the day before they brought in, like the med school.
Scrubs had a couple good finales,
A couple of really great ones.
and then they had another season.
I liked that last season.
I do too.
It was just it wasn't. I know the creator Bill Lawrence didn't want to make it like Scrubs related. It was supposed to be like the same universe, but not Scrubs.
Yeah.
And so like, but they're like, oh, no, it has to be Scrubs. He wanted to just call it med school.
My issue with it was that because I love Dave Franco.
Yeah,
and he's in med school.
He was so good. And then what's her face from Happy Endings is in it too.
Oh, sure. I want to say Aya Cash.
That sounds right.
Does she play the main girl?
Yeah. Oh, she's like one of the teachers, and she starts in the last season of Scrubs before the med school. She was like an intern.
Oh, word.
Joe,
Okay. Yeah.
The super emotionally like dumb one.
The blonde one.
Yeah.
What is her name? I want to say Busy Phillips, but I know it's not Busy Phillips.
No,
but they both play kind of similar.
Yeah, definitely.
Mean blondes.
Yeah, I feel that.
So anyway, Gilmore Girls.
Oh yeah.
There was an episode a couple weeks ago where I didn't really know what I wanted to do, and so I sat down and I was like, I'm gonna read the pilot script to Gilmore Girls for the
by Amy Sherman Palladino
for the podcast. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I didn't do it,
okay.
But I still it still makes me laugh thinking about putting out an hour of content that's just dialogue from the first episode of Gilmore Girls.
Like, so was your plan just like to read it in the review, or like read it live and do like the voices? And
read
stuff?
it live and do the voices and leave out all the action. And so it's just me trying to change my voice
and
over
talk
and over
as
again.
fast as possible.
Yeah.
Man,
I rewatched that show and I started film school because I was like, I need to learn how to like pace. And Gilmore Girls is bang, 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 and unbelievably like witty dialogue.
Oh yeah, so witty. Did you see her new show, Marvelous Miss Maisel on Amazon?
Yeah, I loved that.
I thought it was great. It was so good.
When I was like, oh cool, it's about stand up, and like the first episode, I think that it's just gonna be about her helping the husband.
Me too, yeah.
Because we're men, and that's how it should be.
Yeah, obviously. 1950s America. That's exactly how it was. You got some fucking like super Italian dude.
Yeah, but I mean, that actress is hilarious.
She was
the
great.
show is hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
I didn't know that the chick who like played like her friend in Marvelous Miss Maisel, I always forget her name, but she's Amy Sherman Palladino's like best friend.
Oh no way!
And and she was supposed to play Sookie on Gilmore Girls, and then Melissa McCarthy ended up like getting it for some reason. I don't remember how or why.
And now she has her hands on all of Hollywood.
Yeah,
way to go, Melissa McCarthy.
Right? She's so
she's
so
hilarious.
Funny.
Yeah,
when she can just like riff, like, and she's not like because I saw her on Deezus and Marrow.
Sure.
And like when she can just like riff or play off people, she is so funny.
I would love to sit down with that lady. I
Yeah.
think she would be so fun to talk to.
Right? Oh my god, I can't imagine because she's just so funny and like honestly, like have you watched any Desus and Mero yet?
No.
Just like the way like it's such a chill environment, so like it's like you get to see like a really stripped down version of these people, almost
Yeah.
like a podcast.
Sure.
But like it's like a talk show, but it's super great. Like she made me laugh really hard.
Great. Yeah. Well, between recording episodes, we should sit down and watch
I'm down.
a couple episodes or something.
Yeah, because it's all on YouTube. Like you can watch all of it on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Sweet.
pretty tight.
YouTube is a great source
Yeah.
for content these days.
Oh yeah, that's what I always wanted to get into. Like
Yeah?
I wanted to be a YouTuber and not like a vlogger. Like, hey, what's up, guys? Smash that like button. But I wanted to do like me and Chris wanted to do. Chris and I wanted to do like that grammar correct.
Yeah.
Chris and I wanted to do short form narratives for YouTube.
Okay.
And try and make that like our jobs because when we started doing video stuff, excuse me, videos, it was starting to get big. Like people like viral stuff and short films and whatnot. But overall, it was like they would you just started to be able to get paid. You started to be able to make money, and it was kind of crazy. It was like oh, this is a viable option for us. Like no way. Like you can actually just like make what you want, put it on YouTube, and like somehow make money off of it. And a large part of that was I think Epic Mealtime was a huge part of that.
Sure. Those guys are hilarious.
Well, yeah. So Harvey talked about it, and he's like, basically, like, so, they weren't making money off of YouTube yet, but they were talking like they were and acting like big dollars. Like,
Yeah.
Like,
They kept talking about YouTube money, right?
yeah, they wanted to be like act like fucking like rappers, but they just wanted to make a fuckload of food. And then
Out of
around
other
there,
food.
that's when YouTube made the YouTube partnership, where like basically you made like, a certain money off the ads that played before your videos.
Tight.
Which is how like if you see like vloggers make like millions of dollars a year, like that's a huge part of it. Well, not so much anymore, but like because now it's mostly like merch based and whatnot. But yeah, that's what Chris and I wanted to do was like just be on YouTube and like create content for YouTube. That still is like the overall dream. It's just we were a few years too late, and so like then like back then you could just put out content once a week and it would blow up eventually.
Yeah.
But now it's like you have to put out content like every day, and also it has to be super quality content if you want to go that route of it.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like even the production quality that goes into those stupid vlogs, like, is pretty incredible.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like to make like a 20-minute movie every day of any form.
Yeah.
Is insane because like that's what a lot of these people do. Like the vloggers will be like 18 to 22 minutes.
Right. And if you can make money off of it and continue, like that makes it possible to continue that. But how do you start? Where do you get that capital to be like,
Yeah, it's all about that grind. Is really what it is. I mean, like, and honestly, the big part is that you had to like nowadays if you want to be a vlogger, it's pretty much you have to have some form of social media following first.
Sure.
And posting every day.
Yeah.
Because all it takes is one video to go semi-viral, and then you blow up from there. Like it's like all of my favorite YouTubers, I can almost pinpoint each one. Like one video that got huge.
Yeah.
I always remember them happening too, and like that's how I found them.
Yeah.
And then like beyond that, then that's where they go exponentially up because you can look in the numbers throughout time of like they're like that one video and then blow up.
Sure. Like for H3H3, I think it was probably kissing pranks.
That was Vape Nation. Vape Nation was like their big blow.
That was okay. So kissing pranks is what it blew it up into my subsect of internet culture, I guess.
For sure. Yeah.
And like
what made them H3 like the titan that is H3H3 Productions.
Yeah.
It was Vape Nation and then their lawsuit.
Oh, sure. The lawsuit definitely helped.
Yeah, that because you had a bunch of big YouTubers talking about that. And,
yeah.
Like, they had a huge GoFundMe and like Philip DeFranco was talking about it, and he obviously reaches like 1 million people a day.
It's really cool how Ethan and Hila, the people who are behind H3H3, how open they were about the lawsuit and like how, I mean, they're always genuine, but you can definitely tell that they were like they're going. Their career might have been
it was a big deal at the time. I mean, it was the first precedent for like fair use of like of that form.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so like it was not just like is this a possibility? Like this is actually like a precedent setting case versus like Brown versus board medication level. Almost. Yeah, that one. Okay, I won't go that far. Saying like you can make fun of people on the internet and not get sued. But not like black people should be separate but equal. They're not the same, but it's like that level of like. That will be taught in law schools. Yeah,
but like the privacy issues that, I don't know, had to do with birth control way back in the day.
Yeah.
That, they're like, okay, the Fourth Amendment also covers. And this is not, I'm going to stop there because this is not a political podcast. I'm not a politician. I have no interest in being a politician.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, maybe if the people want it. I'll do whatever anybody wants.
I'd vote for you.
I mean, I've ran for one thing and I won by a landslide.
Was it Homecoming King?
Did you know I was Homecoming King in 2010?
I didn't know that, but you've told me a few times, but I didn't know that.
There's pictures. It happened. I'm sure it's in the Brookings Register annals of history.
Do you get recognized when you go back home as that? Or
no, it's still, you're Coach Stig's kid.
Oh, fair enough.
Your dad is still the only celebrity we have in town except for the mayor. But
forever living in his shadow.
It's fine. If his shadow can cover me, then it works for me. I don't know.
You can still get a tan in the shade, my friend.
Yeah. And clearly I need a tan because this pink, blotchy skin it's not what people want to see.
I feel that, man. I had to go down south just to get tan.
Big Dirty.
Yeah, dude.
The easy dirt.
I was big and easy in the Big Easy.
Big Easy.
Yeah.
I knew Big Dirty was not right.
You can call it the Big Dirty.
And then Easy Dirt
What is that,
out.
like the Trailer Park Boys episode or movie? The Big Dirty?
Yeah,
Where they steal all the change?
I think it is, yeah.
I love it. Big Dirty. Yeah, man, I was in the Big Easy for a week here just a couple weeks ago. It was
catching some R&R.
Yeah, just it was a vacation. The girlfriend had the miles saved up, and so like plane tickets for like $20, and then we found the Airbnb for like $60 a night.
All right, what does she do that she's built up airline miles at such a young age?
I mean, she's just had a credit card since she was 18, but then she serves,
Sure.
and then she only uses her credit card to buy everything.
Yeah, just pays.
And then she pays it off every month.
I should get a credit card that gives me rewards other than cash back that I don't know how to access.
Right? There's apps. You gotta use the apps, man. That's what I learned. I had like $50 of like cash back. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I don't know. It keeps growing every month I pay off my card, but
yeah. We just went down to New Orleans for a week, and it was pretty tight. It was by far the biggest culture shock I've experienced in my few travels.
It's an incredible place, and
it's so different
straight
than
south.
Anywhere else. Yeah,
it's on the opposite side of the country from where we are,
connecting to the Mississippi that we are not far from right now.
Yeah.
First off, the Mississippi is much dirtier down there.
I believe it.
From no part, I'm sure we had a huge part of that, but every other state that also touches it.
Yeah.
Looking at you, down southers.
The Canadians didn't do anything to it because they're.
Well, Itasca's here in Minnesota.
No, I know.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. The Canadians are off this one.
See, you're a South Dakota boy, so I always kind of forget whether or not you know the geography around here or not.
So actually, if you want to, I mean, the Mississippi River starts even further north, in North Dakota with the Missouri River, which is it's further north.
We can believe that if you want.
It's the river I don't care, but it's the river that splits South Dakota in half that makes it east-west.
Yeah.
The rivalry between people who don't care about geographical locations.
Fair enough.
I've been to New Orleans 3 times.
Nice.
Never for fun.
Oh, okay. So it's like church trips or some shit. Were you down for Katrina?
So the third one was a church trip. We went
Sure.
down like 7 years after Katrina happened, and we picked up garbage.
Yeah, I mean, it was still a problem, dude. Like, there's still parts of like that place that are fucked up.
Oh yeah.
Like we were on the Mississippi. We went like through the lower Nile, whatever it's called. Like
Sure.
the part that got super fucked up, and it's still like the docks are destroyed there. Still, like you can't officially go on those.
And I'm not trying to downplay the effect of Katrina, but
Yeah.
I am trying to upsell how little we did there. We were there for a week. We sang a lot of uplifting tunes.
Sure.
In a giant room full of teens.
Yeah.
But then when we went to do our service work, it was kind of lame and not very. Didn't feel like we were doing much.
Yeah. So did you meet any people with a super like southern like Creole accent?
Yeah.
I didn't.
No?
Didn't hear one.
Oh man. Okay, so I don't think I did on that trip because I was pretty entwined with the church group, but I went twice before that in 8th grade.
Yeah.
My dad coaches football, which you know, and so I got to travel a lot with him, and just so happened they played 2 like near New Orleans based teams.
Sure. Okay.
On both ends of 1 week, like 1 week.
Okay. Yeah.
So I went to New Orleans twice in 1 week. It was crazy. But I hardly left a hotel or a football stadium. But one of the weeks I was there, I got to go to like the tailgating and stuff. And this super Cajun dude was trying to like show me, or he was loving it.
Yeah.
Didn't understand what he said. Ate everything he gave me. It was delicious.
Yeah, all the food is so good.
It is a stupid dialect.
Dude, I can't. I'm grateful I didn't hear anyone like that because all I heard was just like everyone there. Like I met was not from there. I guess a lot of people were like, I've been here for like 10 years or whatever, and like you're like, okay, so you're pretty much a native, but like you don't have the accent. But like, yeah, I didn't hear like any like super thick like Creole, nothing like that.
It's kind of disappointing when you go to a place like that.
Yeah. Well, because like when I went to New York and I heard like people like a big booking like Brooklyn dude. Like,
Yeah.
Just guys being dudes and like, oh shit, they're real. They're so real. We were in Little Italy. You hear like an old man sound like James Gandolfini like in the wild.
Be like, hey, are you walking there? I'm walking in.
It was so funny,
like
dude.
Gandolfini.
Like a Gandolfini's like who is this? Who are you? And you're like, oh shit, you're real. You're fucking real.
Yeah.
I love it.
And you're gonna kill me probably.
I mean, hopefully.
Yeah,
Don't get my hopes up. Don't promise me with a good time.
That'd be a great way to go. Just in general,
Getting killed by a zombie James Gandolfini.
It'd be number one. And if Julia Louis-Dreyfus was there as well, because they're connected because of that one movie he was in right before he died.
Oh yeah,
I just like her, and she's New York as well.
she's great.
Yeah, I don't know. I got a segment I like to do towards the end of the episode.
Sure.
Called Heroes and Dummies. It's brand new.
Sure.
Do you need an explanation? You listen to the show.
I know.
Do you need me to explain what Heroes and Dummies
for the viewers
are?
at home? Let's recap. I'm asking for a friend.
All right.
So I totally listen to the podcast.
So I've got this segment I like to do. I don't know if anybody else likes it, but I don't care. It's called Heroes and Dummies. Mm-hmm. I talk about some people I've encountered over the week that I deem heroes, people that have done me well, people that have saved kittens, whatever. However you see a hero.
Yeah.
You know, if it was a lady that slapped a guy because he was annoying, but wasn't even annoying you, hero, whatever. Or dummy for physical violence. You know,
Fair enough.
And dummies are dummies. They're people that are dumb or stupid or just, I don't know, maybe have different viewpoints than you and you disagree with them, and so you lash out and call them dummies.
Yeah.
It's whatever you want it to be. One is positive, one's negative.
Yeah. I don't have any recent like big heroes, I guess, other than like, well, I'll give a shout out to my buddy Chris, because we're coming up about a year here. So you know Chris.
I know him.
Yeah.
He was the first.
Yeah, the first
guest.
unofficial guest.
Yeah.
I was in that podcast at home, and Chris, I was like about to turn it off, and he's like, "No, keep listening," because I didn't know it was like a lull, like a secret track on the album.
Yeah, there was supposed to be music in between, but I didn't know how to add music yet.
Whoops.
And so yeah.
But yeah, I'll give a shout out to my boy Chris. I mean, it was not a recent hero, but about a year ago, I had a roommate shoot himself.
Yeah.
And
right when you guys moved into your place, right?
About 2-3 months after. So like, but I know the
fresh.
guy for like 8 years or whatever. Great friend of mine. But Chris actually was like the first person who showed up and helped me clean out his room, like clean up the mess, if you will.
Sure.
So like, I'll shout out to my boy Chris for being my ride or die. Doing that.
And you need those people.
Yeah.
I mean, and I know, you know, I like to joke about dying. I like to joke about suicide.
Oh, I love it.
Maybe we shouldn't, but I do think it's important to joke about everything.
Yeah, you can make everything funny.
Right. And like, wouldn't it have been funnier if he shot himself with a Nerf gun?
It's so much funnier.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
So any dummies?
Yeah.
Because that is hero worthy.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So Chris is definitely my hero since we're coming up about a year about it now. But yeah, dummy for actually it's a lot more recent as a former employee at my shop.
Womp womp
I
womp.
won't name names. Let's call him P Money.
It's a cool name.
Yeah, he just he sucked. He's a brand new. We hired him on because he was supposed to do a lot of work for us, and he was just super slow and not good at his job. I'll say he was like putting out the amount of work of like a third of what the other two were putting out, because we only have 3 techs, now 2. And I would say like let's say like a pizza shift, you do like 40 pizzas that you'll sling out. He would sling out 15.
Okay, yeah.
Just like for no reason. Like when there's like 100 orders waiting to be made and you're only slinging 15 pizzas. Like that's pretty much what he was doing.
Is he slow or is he just
slow and just didn't care?
Yeah.
He'd rather talk about bitch about how he wasn't making money.
Those are the worst coworkers.
Yeah. So then the day
more.
he was like a half hour late one day, and my boss was like, all right, well, he's gonna be fired. And then he showed up, like, I'm putting in my 2 weeks because I'm not making any money. He's like, well, it's not. And then my boss just goes, cool, I don't have to fire you then.
Oh man, and it gives him
pissed.
some time to find another employee before.
Yeah. Well, because like he didn't put it like he's like, you don't have to pay every 2 weeks. Like you're just go home now.
Oh really? Yeah. Okay, nice. So got him out of there.
So that's my dummy.
I have a very similar dummy.
Sure.
Also just quit, on the verge of being fired. One of the managers, cool guy, loved working with him, very fun person. He was a night manager, so I didn't deal with him a lot, and
okay.
I didn't get to see all the issues he dealt with. But he was complaining about how little he was getting paid, and how people had promised him raises that he hadn't gotten. He deserved an extra quarter per hour since January 1st. And the managers were like, dude, if you want to get your raise, you got to close. You have to open or close. But he only worked the mid shift and like didn't really do much. Just complained about not making money.
That's the best.
And so, and his cousin works there, and she's the day manager, and she's great. She's a hero every week. Like, she works extremely hard. She's always positive.
It's hard to find in the food industry.
It is. Yeah.
Everyone's so bitter and alone.
Absolutely. And it's fun. Me?
I didn't want to like point fingers, but I just pointed at Sam. It's fine.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm bitter. I'm bitter and alone, but I'm not bitter about being alone.
Fair enough.
You know, I love watching TV at 3 a.m. and crying to episodes of the OC. It's fun for me.
Oh, man.
But yeah, he talked to like the head of our hiring, firing, and that guy was like, dude, I've told you 3 times, if you want the raise that you were promised, you have to start closing like you said you would do. And this kid, he gets so mad. He's maybe your age, 27, 28.
Yeah, sure.
And he's like, all right, after the head leaves, he starts going off. He's like, I'm going to quit. I'm going to get as many people to quit as possible. Nobody did except for him. And yeah, he stayed at the store for like 3 hours telling us he was going to quit until the other manager got there so he could quit in front of that manager. It was bizarre. It was stupid. It was extremely childish. And the whole time he's like, I could be working for $15 at McDonald's because that's what they pay me, because he had 2 jobs.
Sure.
Why wouldn't you be at McDonald's working for 15?
Dude, that's what P Money was doing too. He was part time at Napa.
Yeah.
And he was like, I can make $50,000 a year there. I'm like, all right, I know people that work there. You don't put that. No one makes that money there.
No.
50 grand is to work in Napa? No.
To hand out. I mean, the only experience I've had with Napa is delivering to them bi-weekly.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's a counter position. It's just it's front of the counter, behind the counter, like service industry almost, just car parts. But like,
I need a brake light. What kind of brakes do you have?
And no one gets paid 50 grand a year doing that.
No. I mean,
like management does.
I make about half that delivering pizzas.
So you're pretty much there.
I'm pretty much there.
I mean, if we round up, if you make a little bit over half, we can round up to the nearest 50 grand.
And think about if I actually worked 40 hours every week.
That's always the crazy part for me, like service industry, where you can like work 3 shifts a week and just make money.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. I mean, like you got to put up like the worst of the worst. Like when I worked for Comcast, also I dealt with the worst of the worst. But man,
oh man,
I was in customer like retention. So when you say I want to cancel, they get transferred to me. So they're already like on their wits end, like wanting to cancel service.
Yeah.
I'm like, please don't.
And then
I paid like $75,000 a year.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow. I suppose it's worth the mental anguish that you go through.
I mean, they prep you for it from day one. They're like, you will get yelled at. This job sucks.
Yeah.
Like they don't sugarcoat that fact at all. They're like, oh, some people might be upset. Like, no, people are upset with you.
They're well, and for no reason of your own.
Yeah.
You know, in my experience being upset with Comcast, it's generally been my fault.
Usually it's like like your bill goes up after your promo period ends. That's like the biggest ones we got. Like, my bill keeps going up. Oh yeah.
You didn't read the contract.
Mm-hmm.
And that was, I mean, that when I got Comcast right when I moved here, I noticed that and I was like, what? How about we just do it for 2 years? Yeah. And then he was like, yeah, I'll see. I'll call my manager. He hooked it up.
Nice.
But now I've had it for 3.
Oh yeah.
And so I got an unexpected.
You can just
bump.
call back in and they'll give you that promo price.
Yeah. And
you probably don't need it until you move here. In
no.
a couple months.
We're getting rid of cable soon.
I won't put in like a 12-month contract when you're moving in 2 months.
Yeah. It's not a huge issue. My new house already has cable and stuff.
So anyway, he makes way too much money at McDonald's, and
anyway, just a dummy, childish. Talked about, like, if you're gonna quit and you're gonna do it the day you say you're gonna do it, do it the minute you say you're gonna do it and leave.
Did he like say like who's with me and like wait around for people like to follow through and then everyone just avoided eye contact?
No, I think he was like,
because that would have been like the greatest part of my life if that ever happened.
Yeah. No.
Someone just throws like a pizza dough at him. He's like, get out of here.
I was working and like I'm borderline a lifer. I think. Sure. This is the only job I've had for more than a year.
Okay.
Yeah. And I've been here for 4, so I'm sure it's gonna stick. Yeah. But it was me. It was another manager who's like, what are you talking about? I need this job.
Yeah.
And then a couple other drivers who were just like, dude, leave. we don't want you here. You're
Get outta
making us
here, snail.
uncomfortable.
Sure.
And I was poking the bear. I was just like,
Yeah.
you know, and it's what I do.
Yeah, it's the best thing to do.
Especially
at
like,
work.
especially if he hit me or something, you know, because I was making fun of him.
I always like hope that like I can like make a coworker snap.
Oh man,
can you imagine?
I convinced a guy to quit once.
Nice.
I mean, it took like a year.
Yeah.
But I think just being around me made him quit.
Ooh.
But he kept every day. This job sucks. I need a new job.
Yeah, I just don't like. I don't get people that like go on hating their jobs. Like I get like having a bad day and like yeah, you don't have to like your job, but if you like after you say how much you hate your job every day,
it just makes it worse.
Yeah, like you're not a happy person. Then it's like it's a job, man. No one likes their job. Like,
no,
because even people say like, oh, if you do what you love, you never work a day in your life. No, you still gotta like show up, do your job. Like,
yeah,
you can still love it, but it's still work.
Absolutely.
And no one actually wants to actually work. Everyone wants to just be rich and just fucking chill.
That's what I want to do.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we're trying to make movies.
Yeah,
so like off, it's like a giant lottery ticket.
If I could get rich off of podcasting and just chill,
yeah,
that'd be great. But unfortunately, and fortunately for the medium that is podcast, nobody gets rich off of it.
Well, even like the idea of like having to do a podcast every week or multiple podcasts is still a lot of work.
Oh,
like, even if you're not rich doing it, like you still have to put in the work.
It's tough. This is the third one I've recorded this week. Yeah,
fucking roll, my
Isn't
dude.
that crazy?
My dude.
It's fun.
Yeah.
But now I'm gonna be sitting on a backlog of things, and I'm
sure
have to decide when they come out, and I might just put out like a 2.5 hour pod and connect all 3 of the ones I've done.
Oh, not a 3-parter.
Yeah.
A deep dive on Sam's life.
But none of them are connected, and I tell the same stories in every other one.
You should just like this like end one story like halfway through, like tune in next time. Like to be continued. You get like the dunk from like Law and Order.
Yeah. Boom, boom.
Like,
oh no.
Produced by Dick Wolf. Yeah.
Edited by Speedweed.
Yeah.
I think is the. All right, so we're coming up on an hour.
Oh wow, already an hour.
Already, isn't that fun?
So much
It's
fun.
like when I hit a half an hour
Yeah.
by myself and like it feels like it was no work.
Yeah.
I know that's a good episode.
Sure.
Some days I'll have to start over, when I'll
Yeah.
be 8 minutes in and I'll be like, this is really bad. So I'll start over and I think we've got a good episode here. I appreciate the heck out of you for being on and listening.
No problem, man.
Again, this episode was not brought to you by
Fueled by
White Claw Hard Seltzer. This is a natural lime that I'm enjoying right now.
I like it a lot. Yeah, so the black cherry one's pretty sweet tasting, I think.
Yeah.
Like, they have the same amount of sugar, but the black cherry just like has a little more sweetness to it. And this lime is a lot more like crisp. Like a 7-Up almost.
It's really good.
Yeah.
And I mean, I love Sprite.
Yeah.
I don't care for Sierra Mister 7-Up, but
Oh, you can be racist. It's fine.
I wasn't raised on it, I think
I thought you were going to defend the racism. You're like, I'm not racist.
I know I'm not racist.
Sure.
And a good way to prove that you are racist is to get defensive when people call you racist, know?
Just because we disagree doesn't mean I'm racist. Well.
I mean, we are disagreeing about whether or not I think you should live on the planet.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So if you have to drink a case of these, what are you choosing?
Have to, or I mean, I do that daily.
Yeah, I suppose.
I call it breakfast, my friend.
That I'm gonna use that. You mind if I'll
go ahead and use it. Yeah, go back in time and use that in Guatemala.
I'll credit you.
Guatemala.
It would have been cool if I was in Guatemala too, though. I'll credit you and everything.
I'd probably say natural lime right now. I'm feeling it's a little hot out today, a little muggy.
Yeah,
a little bit more crisp. I like both of them a lot, but I think right now it's like the lack of sweetness is really doing it for me. It tastes a lot more like a LaCroix than like a soda.
This tastes lime is much more sparkling water than it is sparkling juice,
and it's 5%, so you can get just schwasty off of it.
Oh yeah, they're excellent, and normally I would have just agreed with you.
Yeah.
On that the lime is better, but being an advocate, I have to go with black cherry because it's what I know. It's what I was raised on.
I feel that.
So I'm gonna say black cherry. I'm gonna give it 5 White Claws.
5 claws out of white.
5 claws.
Yeah.
Of white. And I'm just gonna keep enjoying it. So White Claw, if you're listening, send me a pallet.
Right.
Or whatever.
Dude, I'm trying to get sponsored by White Claw so bad for the talk show.
Dude,
We'll wait till the next episode to talk about that one. But,
Yeah.
I really want to get sponsored by I want to do a bunch of fake sponsorship commercials. See what happens.
Dude, let's do it.
Got like Watsky and Whole Foods. You remember that whole debacle?
Yeah,
just like that.
All right.
All right. Till next time, Sam.
All right. Thanks again, man.
Love you.
I hear the drums echoing tonight, but she hears only whispers of some quiet conversation. She's coming in 12:30 flight. The moonlit wings reflect the stars that guide me towards salvation. I stopped an old man along the way, hoping to find some old forgotten words or ancient melodies. He turned to me as if to say,